Morning. We'll find a comfortable cross-legged position, and you can also sway from side to side on your sit bones just for a moment to find that sweet spot. And then just to settle into the space, to calm ourselves down, we'll bring one hand to the heart and the other one to the belly. Sit up nice and tall, relax the shoulders, and bring your eyes to a gentle close. Taking a couple of deep, conscious breaths here. Allowing the breath to bring you into the present moment, here on your mat, right here, right now. And observe the movement of the hands and how they move away on an inhale and back down on an exhale. So seeing how the body moves the hands on each breath. Notice how the chest and the upper body expand on an inhale and then draw back on an exhale. Couple of deep breaths here. And then we'll gently flutter the eyes open. And we'll bring the hands to the knees. So bringing the palms to rest on the knees. And we'll start working in the shoulders. So we'll be doing quite a bit of shoulder work to open up the shoulders and release the tension in the shoulders this morning. So we'll start moving gently. So we'll inhale, sweep the shoulders up towards the ears and then roll them back. Couple more like this, inhaling up towards the ears and then rolling them back. Carrying on like this, imagine that you're shaking a heavy cloak off your shoulders. Lovely. And then we'll reverse the movement and roll the shoulders forward, so in the opposite direction. So again, inhaling the shoulders up towards the ears and then bring them forwards. Lovely. One more like this. And then we'll come back to center. And with our hands still on our knees, we'll start circling the spine. So it doesn't matter what direction you'll take, we'll then reverse in the opposite in a moment. So big circles with the spine, starting to loosen up the muscles. And perhaps as you're circling, you also may start a seated cat-cow movement where you're rounding the back and then arching, coming forward. Lovely. And then whatever direction you took, we'll reverse the direction. So circles the opposite way. And again, playing perhaps with that cat-cow movement, trying to round and then arch the spine. Lovely. And then we'll gently come to stillness. And we'll take some circles with our nose. So I would like you to imagine moving, starting small and then becoming larger. We'll draw circles with our nose, starting small, and then allowing those circles to become larger and larger, working into the neck. Another area like the shoulders, which can hold a lot of tension. Large circles, and then when you've reached the largest circle, we'll start moving in the opposite direction, moving from large circles back to small. Lovely. And then we'll gently come back to center and to stillness. And next we'll again move the shoulders and warm up the shoulders. So I would like you to inhale and sweep up the right arm. And then imagine that you're opening, drawing a curtain open, and then release the right hand down to the mat. Then we'll do something similar on the left hand side. So lifting the left arm, drawing the curtain open, and then release the hand down to the mat. And let's carry on like this a few times on each side. So inhaling, drawing the curtain open, exhale, bring the hand down. Alternating from left to right. One more on each side. Lovely. And then we'll come to stillness and we'll inhale, open your arms nice and wide. And on an exhale, we'll bring the arms towards each other, bringing the left arm over the right, and give yourselves a big hug. So bring the hands to rest on the shoulder blades or thereabouts, wherever you reach is fine. And then release the chin to chest. And take a couple of deep breaths here. And this can be very soothing, giving yourselves a hug, and can also start to work into gently stretching the back of the neck and the whole of the upper back body. Breathing deeply. Lovely. Then we'll bring our head back up to center and we'll gently start releasing the arms. So we'll take the hands off the shoulder blades, but we'll keep that interlace where the elbows are. And we'll transition into eagle arms. So there's still that lock in between the elbows. And we'll bring either the backs of the palms to touch, or the palms touching. So find the variation that works best for you. And then we'll work towards bringing those hands a bit further away from our face. So that should really work into stretching that space in between the shoulder blades and the whole upper back. And take a couple of deep breaths here, as it's quite an intense stretch, but it really helps open up those muscles and release that tension in the back body. couple more breaths like this. Lovely, and then we'll release the arms and bring the hands down to the mat. And then we'll repeat something similar on the opposite side. So before we were drawing the curtain open, this time I'd like you to inhale the right arm behind you and close the curtain and bring the hand down to the mat in front of you. Same on the left side. Inhale, the left arm up behind you, close the curtain, exhale, bring the hand down. And let's just repeat that again a couple more times on each side. Lovely. And then we'll come back to center. We'll inhale the arms nice and wide. And then on an exhale, we'll come back into that hug, bringing the right hand over the left this time. Bringing hands on the shoulder blades or wherever they reach. And then lowering the chin to the chest. Lovely, and then we'll gently come back to center. We'll release the hands and come into eagle arms on the other side. So either backs of the palms touching or the palms touching. And again, releasing the hands away from the face. Breathing deeply. Notice if you're clenching in the jaw. If you are, just release. Perhaps move the jaw from side to side to help that. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, we'll release the arms and we'll make our way to all fours. Hands and wrists under our shoulders, hips tracking on top of our knees. And let's just take a couple of cat-cows here to start to release the spine. Inhaling, arching, exhale, rounding. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, we'll come to stillness. We'll tuck all 10 toes under, spreading the fingers nice and wide on the mat. Inhale deeply, and on an exhale, we'll make our way up to downward facing dog. Taking any movement that feels good in your dog, perhaps pedaling the feet. Stretching the hamstrings. Stretching the soles of the feet. Lovely. And then come to stillness, and we'll inhale, sweep the right foot up behind you. Three-legged dog. And then on an exhale, we'll bring the right foot in between the hands. Drop the left knee. And what we'll do, we'll heel toe the right foot so that it's on the outer edge of the mat, bringing both hands to the inside of the right foot. And we'll start circling the right knee. So the idea is that we really want to get some movement and opening in the right hip. So drawing circles with that knee, with that hip. You can also come to the edge of the foot. The foot doesn't have to stay flat on the mat. Just working into releasing your hip joint. Lovely. And then a couple of circles in the opposite direction as well. Lovely. And then we'll heel toe our foot back to center, frame the front foot with the hands, and step back to downward dog. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. Inhale the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, bring the left foot in between the hands, lowering the right knee. Again, heel toeing the left foot to the outside edge of the mat. And we'll work into those circles on the left side. Releasing the hip joint. Lovely. And then take circles in the opposite direction. Beautiful. And then we'll bring the foot back to center. Frame the foot with the hands and step back to downward dog. And then when you're ready to, we'll walk the feet to meet the hands at the front of the mat. And we'll take a moment here to hang in a forward fold. Releasing the head, the neck. You can keep your knees nice and bent here. And then we'll gently roll up to standing. Coming to stand upright on your mat. Lovely. Perhaps give everything a bit of a shake. Beautiful. So we'll come into our eagle pose now. So we started preparing the arms when we were seated, but we'll come into the full version of the pose. So we'll be balancing on our left foot. So spread the toes of the left foot nice and wide. We'll inhale and bring the right leg over the left. And the toes can either be resting on the mat, or you can wrap the right foot around the left calf. So just play with whatever feels stable and comfortable for you. Then we'll inhale the arms nice and wide. Exhale, bring the left arm over the right, and again bringing either the backs of the hands or the palms to touch. And gently then we'll sit back. Actually, I'll turn around so you can see that better. We'll sit back into the pose. So bending the knees. Breathing here. One more breath here, and then we'll gently unravel, but we'll keep on balancing on our left foot. We'll release the arms behind us into airplane and send the right leg back behind us with the arms. So we're transitioning into a warrior three pose. Flexing the right foot, gazing directly down at the mat. Breathing here in your balance without clenching the teeth. Keep the jaw soft. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, we'll gently Bring the right foot down to the mat. Inhale the arms up. High lunge. Stretching the chest forward. Beautiful. And we'll exhale. Bring the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back to high plank. Release the knees to the mat. Untuck the toes and come down, thighs, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale, low cobra. Exhale, come down to the mat. Tuck all 10 toes under, coming through tabletop and then downward facing dog. And then when you're ready to, we'll walk the feet to meet the hands at the front of the mat. Forward fold. Inhale, hands to shins, halfway lift. Exhale, fold forward. And then inhale, we'll sweep the arms all the way up, gazing at the fingertips. Exhale, bring the hands to prayer and bring the prayer down to heart center. Lovely. Just taking a moment here to reconnect with your breath. Lovely. And then we'll do the same on the opposite side. So eagle pose on the other side. So this time we'll be balancing on our right foot. So spreading the toes of the right foot nice and wide. We'll inhale, bring the left leg over the right. Again, option to either rest the toes on the mat or wrap the foot around the right calf. Inhale, open the arms wide. Exhale, bring the right arm over the left, locking at the elbows, and then bringing either the palms to touch or the backs of the hands to touch. And then sit low in your eagle pose. Breathing here. Feeling that lovely stretch in the upper back and a strong balance in the lower body. Beautiful. One more deep breath here. And then we'll gently start to unravel, starting with the arms, sending them back, and then bringing that left leg back behind you as well. Warrior 3. Flex the left foot. Imagine that you're pressing into an imaginary wall right behind you. Beautiful. And then when you're ready to, we'll bring the left foot gently down to the mat, coming into a high lunge, sweeping the arms up, stretching the chest. Mild back bend here as well. Lovely. And then we'll release the hands down to frame the front foot. Step back to high plank. Release the knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, and come down, thighs, belly, chest, forehead. Inhale deeply, low cobra. Exhale, release down to the mat. And then tucking all 10 toes under, we'll come through tabletop and then downward facing dog. So this is the last dog of the day. So take any movement that feels good. If you have a vinyasa in your practice, you can take that now. If not, you can just pedal the feet And then whenever you're ready to, we'll come down into an extended child's pose. So knees nice and wide on the mat, arms are extended, and the forehead is resting on the mat. So whenever you're ready, we'll all meet in child's pose eventually. And when you get there in your child's pose, take that opportunity to just reconnect with your breath, allowing the practice to wash over you. And see whether on each exhale you can melt a little bit deeper into the mat. Lovely. And then when you're ready to, we'll start walking the hands back towards the knees, working very gradually to bring your spine back upright. And then we'll gently slide to one side and come back to that comfortable cross-legged position where we started. Lovely. Just taking a moment to readjust. And then we'll inhale, sweep the arms up and over, reaching for the sky, bringing the hands to prayer. And exhale, bring the prayer down to heart center. Again, one more time, inhale, sweep the arms up, breathing deeply, welcoming this new day. Bring the hands to prayer, and again release on an exhale. One last time, we'll inhale deeply. Bring the hands to prayer, reaching for the sky. And then we'll gently release the prayer down to the forehead for kind thoughts, down to the mouth for kind words, and down to heart center